Simon is an old friend. Welcome. Now, basically, for Simon's question is about audience targeting, and you're saying that there are many practitioners uses single interest targeting or single detailed, detailed targeting kind of thing. Okay, and then to target Malay market, you're talking about the Malay market. Now you have two questions over here. I think the first question is whether do I use the so-called single interest targeting kind of like campaign structure. To be frank, like I talk about this several times, but I think it's still worth mentioning. Now, when it comes to single interest targeting, what certain practitioners are doing here is, I'm not saying it's wrong. Let's put it up front here. Okay, just for discussion, basically. Now, when you are doing one ad set, one detailed targeting per ad set kind of targeting, basically what they do is they'll probably break, like, let's say they will have 10 ad sets, each target different thing. Let's say, for example, ad set 1, you go for Gucci. And then ad set 2, you go for Prada. Ad set 3, you go for, I don't know what is that anymore. Anyway, that's all the brands that I probably know. Now, basically, what you're trying to do here is what they are trying to do, is they are trying to see which detailed targeting option works better. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that this is wrong, but let me give you one idea about this thing. What about the audience overlapping? You see, people who like Gucci may be liking Prada at the same time. So when you are breaking these two ad sets, the audience who like both might be seeing both ads at the same time. So you will have high overlapping. And then at the same time, when you have high overlapping, you will probably have audience overlapping, and you will have, you will definitely have to pay higher for the ads. So that's the thing that I'm actually trying to highlight to you. I'm not saying that it's wrong. You can do that if you have strong budget. But if you're only spending like a not very big budget on a daily basis, I would not recommend to break it. Why? Because when you break it into multiple ad sets like this, it would definitely limit your learning. That's for sure. Okay? Because let's say each one you only spend about $5 a day and you're going for lead gen. You would definitely find it very difficult to exit learning, and you will hit into learning limited, which we will talk about later. So all these are the scenarios that you'll be facing when you are breaking it up. Now, and another thing that I want to talk about this thing here is, what are you trying to prove? You see, you want to break into 10 ad sets targeting Gucci, Prada, and whatnot, right? What are you trying to prove? You want to prove which detailed targeting works better, or rather you want to make a campaign work? That's the whole thing that I'm arguing right now. That's why Facebook had this thing called the campaign liquidity. They will always encourage us to group everything into one ad set so that you will exit learning faster, and Facebook can learn better, and eventually you will get better results. So in my opinion, what I'm trying to achieve is very simple. I want a campaign that works. I want a campaign that makes me money. I want a campaign that gives me, positive and super ROI. That's the whole thing. I'm not trying to prove which one works better, because that's not my job. Why are you helping Facebook to prove which one is better audience? I don't think this is something that we should be focusing on. And your second question is about Malay market. To be frank, rather than looking at races market or language market, I think it's more important to look at the product that you're selling. Let's put it this way, even we are targeting the Malay market. When you're selling a coffee, when you're selling a diapers, these will take the entirely different kind of audience targeting approach. So let's not pay too much attention on the market itself. Rather, I think it's very important to understand the relevancy of the detailed targeting that you're choosing. So eventually, that's what I think. I don't want to really answer this question in a very definitive way, because like I said, different product, we will have different method of targeting. But of course, you went through my 6-day challenge, you probably know my methodology when it comes to audience targeting. So my way is very simple, I would say basically we have this audience size that we will be looking into, and then of course we will look at the number of audience targeting that we are actually selecting. So there are many methods in terms of audience targeting. So I would say you need to do multiple tests to find the one that are more working for you.